Hello language enthusiasts and welcome back to the channel Learn Languages 5 Times Faster, where we discover the secrets of mastering foreign languages. My name is Oit and I'm your guide in this fascinating journey. Today we're diving into an intriguing topic that has captivated the imaginations of language learners for ages. Can you really learn a language while sleeping? Well, sleep, this mysterious realm where our bodies rest and our minds wander. But what if I told you that in this mysterious state that we experience as human beings on a daily basis, we could also learn new languages? It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, but there is genuine scientific intrigue behind this idea. Now, scientists have long studied the relationship between learning and sleep. For example, you might know that most things that you learn during the day are really acquired by the brain while you're sleeping at night. So during different phases of sleep, our brain basically creates new neural connections and strengthens previous ones. But crucially, in this mysterious slumber that we call sleep, might also be a fruitful situation where our brain might take in new information. There are historical accounts that tell stories about experiments with sleep-induced learning, from Aristotle to Thomas Edison. And while these stories are captivating, the science behind them was vague for centuries. But recent studies have really shone light on this subject and have discovered that indeed our brains are able to acquire new information while sleeping, but the brain does it selectively. And the key here lies in timing and method. As we sleep, our brains circle through different stages that you might have heard of, like REM sleep, for example. There are some studies that suggest that in these stages, if you give your brain something like audio lessons, then it might enhance learning. Now, I've experienced this, and I never knew before if it was a placebo effect, that I just thought that it was beneficial for me, or it really worked. But I felt that in my Spanish studies, while listening to different podcasts while I was sleeping, I really saw progress in my Spanish levels. Hence, what we see based on research is that indeed, if you expose your brain to audio cues like listening exercises, then there is a beneficial result happening, but it's difficult to assess how big the impact really is. Now, we arrive to the question, what should you listen to while you are sleeping? And I have an answer to you. Now, I would recommend you not to listen to just anything. While it might be beneficial to listen to just random podcasts from a Spanish radio or French radio, depending on the language that you're learning, it's a much better idea to surround yourself, even while you're testing this kind of sleep learning, with language learning content that are specifically created for you to be able to understand them as quickly as possible. And here Speakly comes in. I'm one of the founders of the Speakly language learning app as well, and what I can tell you is that the Speakly listening exercises are created in such a way that they contain the statistically most relevant words and sentences of the specific language, and hence you are exposing yourself with the most important words, phrases, sentences of the language as much as possible, which in turn will help you start understanding it much faster. Also, the Speakly listening exercises are conveniently around 5 to 10 minutes long. So you will surround yourself with the same content over and over again if you listen to one Speakly listening exercise for several times. And that would be really the one thing that I would recommend you to do if you're interested in testing out this sleep learning method, or in general, if you're interested in, listening to the foreign language on a daily basis, select one listening exercise from Speakly that you seem to be interested in, and then listen to this single listening exercise a few times per day at least, 5 to 7 days at least. And don't change the exercise. There is massive benefit in listening to the same exercise over and over again, and it goes for total beginners, even if you don't understand a word, or if you're already on a higher level. There are massive benefits for both learning profiles here. So let me give you a toolkit that you can use right away. Download the Speakly app, select a Speakly listening exercise, and if you want to experiment with sleep learning, use the looping mode that we have available in the Speakly app. Hence, you can just loop the exercise and have it as a background while you are sleeping. And you can then decide on your own if it is something that works for you or not. And let me know in the comments, what did you think about all these thoughts in this video? And let me know, how did it go, the experiment on yourself, trying sleep learning, so to say. Thanks, and until the next time.